Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of INDSA Podcast 2.0. Here on INDSA Podcast, we strive to inspire everyone to choose the food that brings the good, as well as to dive into the nutrition and dietetics community to know more about it. So I'm Jinan, your host today, and here with me today is Esther.
Hi.
Our INDSA Podcast president. Hey! So, Esther, would you like to briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Esther and I am currently studying in IMU Dietetics and Nutrition course and I am DN 121. So I'm the president of INDSA Podcast, like what Jinan said, and I'm also the event director of INDSA.
Yeah, so just for those who don't know, INDSA is the official association representing students from dietetics with nutrition and nutrition courses in IMU. Our main goal is to unite all the dietetics and nutrition students, as well as to encourage continual professional development, like what we are doing now with INDSA Podcast. So, Esther, I know you. You've been my course mate for the past 3 semesters. I'm a little bit sick of you, but but the audience don't know you yet. So, do you want to play a little game so that they can know you?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Alright, so the game is called This or That. It's a very simple game. So, basically, I'll give you 2 options, and then you choose one, and then you tell me why you chose that one. Sounds good?
Yep.
Okay, so first one, would you choose to pause time or rewind time?
Pause time or rewind time? Okay, I'll go for rewind time because you get to undo and travel back and fix up what you couldn't have done in the past, and I'll fix up all your regrets in life. And also at the same time, you get to enjoy the moment, which is almost similar to pause time because you pause the time and then you want to maybe rest or just hang out with someone. Yeah, so like rewind time, you get to go back and do your stuff and also just enjoy the moment again. Yeah, so rewind time.
For me, I would choose to pause time for the reason that you said just now. I can pause time to just rest. Yeah. Alright, so next one. Would you choose to live in 1969 or 2069?
1969 or 2069? 2069. Because it's in the future. And I think future is very interesting. And because, humans are very extraordinary. We can do a lot of things with our hands, our brains, So, in the future, we might see something even cooler, maybe robot taking over the earth, So, all these cool things, I would like to experience it and also take a glimpse of it, Although we never know, if the future is better or is it worse. Yeah, but yeah, 2069.
Same. I would choose the same thing for the reason that you said. And also, I don't want to go back to 1969, where it's so pressed. Everyone's so oppressed. All right. Okay, so next one. Would you choose online learning or face-to-face learning?
To be honest, I think both are good. I like the combination of both. Like right now in semester 3 that just finished. Like we have online classes and we also have physical classes and just kind of mix up together. So you get to control your time in online, and for physical you get to hang out with your friends. So you kind of have that flexibility to control your own time. Yeah, but I think physical will be better because you get to hang out with your friends. You get to be more attentive in class. Yeah, I think that's the main point of physical learning also. Yeah, so physical learning will definitely be better.
I see. All right. Okay, so that is all for the little icebreaking session. I hope you guys got to know Esther a little bit better through that. So for now, we're going to move on to the podcast and all the details you guys are probably curious for. So first of all, why did you decide to continue INDSA Podcast?
Okay. So INDSA Podcast started last year, which is 2021, by our first term INDSA event director. So right now, me and another event director in INDSA, which is Shriman, we thought that INDSA Podcast is a really good platform for us to spread message and knowledge to the people around us, especially the dietetics and nutrition, as well as the nutrition students. So because there are a lot of things that we can learn through alumni and all the working dietitians and nutritionists, we can learn a lot of things that are not taught in a lecture. Yeah, so, and also since podcast is in digitally, so we can spread the word really quick and we can reach out to more audience. Yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons why we have decided to continue INDSA Podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys did too, because I was really excited to join the INDSA podcast, even though when I joined INDSA also. All right, so next one, I think people are probably wondering, like, how many episodes are there in this podcast this year?
Okay, so including these introductory episodes, there are 7. Yeah, and the committee and the committee of podcast really work hard to plan all the content, just to suit everyone and make sure that everyone can get the most out of it. And so we have also prepared like a mini series in a series, mini series in a series. Yeah, so that mini series consists of 3 episodes, and they are interrelated to each other. Yeah, but I'm not going to talk more about it because we are going to touch a little bit more behind. Yeah, so if you like one of it from the mini series, you can actually watch all of them because they are really personal to most of the people out there. Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I think we can give them a little bit more details. So, like, what kind of episodes can they expect for this year?
Okay, what kind? Okay, so first of all, we have the career pathway because we want to let our juniors and even me, I would like to know more about what is in store for me in the future. Yeah, and also we are going to break some food myths and also some educational topics because I think that is why we also decided to continue podcast because we want to educate people. So that's why we have all these topics going on. And most of the topics are also very relevant to the audience, the community. Yeah, so I'm really excited.
Same here. And I think we have also teased them a little bit on our Instagram story a few days ago. So, like, we'll go through the IG stories questions right now. So the first one is that we actually asked you guys on story, do you think that what we see influences our body image? And the IG answer was 100% yes. So Esther, actually, what do you think about this?
Do you think what we influence or what we see influence our body image? Personally, I think it's also a big yes because the society now is becoming very judgmental, I would say, and also the expectations are very high for everyone, and sometimes we tend to compare ourselves with each other, even though if you are very good already, but you're still comparing. And I think that's something the society now is that lacking that self-confidence, that that self-awareness is becoming really, really high, but not in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah, so we tend to want to change our body, our looks, even our body shape, and also anything, to fit into the circle. Yeah.
I totally agree, especially considering like the need of acceptance is such a basic human instinct. And right now, like you mentioned, our constant exposure to others' opinion through like social media and stuff like that, either directly or indirectly, it can really heighten our insecurities and our self-awareness in a bad way. And hence like the sense of need for change. And so we do have an episode coming up that talks more about this and where most of our insecurities possibly come from. And we hope that it will help you to be more careful and possibly avoid them in the future for better mental health. So please stay tuned. All right, so the next question that we asked on the story is that, do you think you can get addicted to exercises? And the answer on this one is a bit torn. So there's 79% that voted yes, and then 21% that voted no. So Esther, what do you think about this?
For me, I'm not the very athletic kind of person. Okay, I don't usually exercise a lot, but when you overdo something, you definitely get addicted to it, and which includes exercising. So if you like to exercise because you want to be healthy and you want to maintain a good body weight, you want to just improve your health, then sure, why not? You can exercise. But if you have gone exercising to the extent that you are harming yourself or it's detrimental to you and also your surrounding, then I think that's already considered an addiction, and it's also not really good.
Yeah, I agree. I was in a place in my life where I was training just to look a certain way, and that's just not a sustainable nor like a healthy way to mindset to have, basically. So yeah, we will have an episode coming up that addresses all this with the help of an invited sport dietitian guest as well. So please stay tuned if that's something that you're interested in. All right, so moving on to the next question we asked on our Instagram story is that, do you have anyone in your life who's had an eating disorder before? So 62% voted yes, while 38% voted no. So Esther, for you, have you met any?
For me, I am part of the 38%, which is no. And I'm like really, really thankful for that because, all my circle of friends, the people I know, they are not suffering from this eating disorder. Yeah.
It's good to hear that. For me, I have, and it's actually pretty common among my friends. And it's also pretty heartbreaking because you see them suffer, but you, as a kid or back then when you don't have the knowledge on that, you can't really help them that much. So with that, we also have an episode coming up to talk more about eating disorder in hopes of raising the awareness on this issue. So hope it's something that you guys look forward to. So if you think like the 3 questions that we asked just now is something, so we asked 3 questions on body image, exercise addiction, and eating disorder. If you feel like it's something that resonates with you, we have a mini series coming up, which Esther has mentioned. Which I hope you guys are interested in, so please stay tuned. Alright, so we'll move on to the next question on IG story that we posted, is that we asked if they're interested to hear more insights from working dietitians, and the IG answer was 100% yes. And we do have a lot of lecturers in IMU from different fields, but most of them is from academia or like researching. And then so we thought we could invite a few more from other fields as well. So in this year's podcast, we did invite 2 special guests, one from clinical and one from digital, which is, and they're both pretty close to our age. So I hope that this is helpful for you guys and also us to choose our paths in the future. And do stay tuned for the episodes. Alright, so the last question that we asked on Instagram is that what are some weight loss myths you've heard before? And I find that the answer from Instagram story was actually pretty ridiculous. So we have drink cucumber juice, cleansing juice, raw juice diet to remove toxins, no carbohydrates, not surprised at all, dehydration method, and don't eat meat. So Esther, have you heard of any ridiculous myths other than this, or like is one of them?
Okay, I have heard about the cleansing juice, the raw juice diet, just blend all the fruits and vegetables in, just drink, detox. But I find one of it is really ridiculous, which is the dehydration method. Like, come on.
I know.
Water is something that you should be drinking every day. Even in primary school, we have been learning that water is essential in life. If you don't drink it, you're gonna die. So this is something really, really weird, that society have come up with this kind of weird methods to promote weight loss or, promote anything, And also, it's just really, really ridiculous to hear that dehydration method is one of it and people are actually doing it. It's just really heartbreaking.
Yeah, for me, same. I find them funny, but also really disheartening how people actually believe it. So this just shows how important it is for us as future dietitians and nutritionists to stand up against these myths, as many people online nowadays are giving unqualified advices. So I think we do have to be very careful with the information we choose to believe and spread by checking the person's background. So are they educated in this field? Are they qualified to give these advices? Stuff like that.
Yep.
All right. So we do have an upcoming episode where we'll debunk all of this weight loss myths that we've been hearing that are ridiculous. So I hope you guys can benefit from that as well. Alright, with that, we have come to the end of our episode today. So we hope that gives you a better idea of our INDSA Podcast 2.0, and we hope that you are just as excited as us for the upcoming episodes. If you'd like to know more, here is where you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So once again, thank you for tuning in to our podcast today, and we'll see you on the next episode.
This is INDSA Podcast, inspiring everyone to choose the food that brings the good. Bye!